students, welcome to Excellence with Deep tutorial. In today's tutorial, we will be doing a case-based study question number 2 based on the topic Reflection of Light from class 10th Physics from the CBSE board. So let's student first read the content of this case study. If the reflecting surface of the mirror is curved inwards or outwards, then the mirror is called spherical mirror. A spherical mirror can be a concave or a convex mirror depending upon the surface of reflection. If it is bulged out, then it is a convex spherical mirror, whereas if it is bent inwards, it is termed as a concave spherical mirror. A typical spherical mirror is a part of a big sphere of which the cutout has been taken. The following diagram describes different parts which are there in a spherical mirror. For example, the inner curved surface of a shiny spoon can be considered as a concave mirror. So dear students, in this case study, we are referring to spherical mirrors, and we know that the spherical mirrors can be of two kinds. One is a concave and the other one is a convex mirror, and it depends upon the surface of reflection. For instance, in this diagram, the reflecting surface is inwards. So this is a case of a concave mirror. Now in a concave mirror, the rays after reflection actually meets at a point. So we also refer this concave mirror as a convergent mirror. Now one of the common example that we have in our daily life is an example of a shiny spoon. Now in a shiny spoon we have two surfaces. The inner surface, which is bent inwards, it acts as a concave mirror, and here we have an inverted image. Take a note of this. This is an inverted image, and when it is inverted, it is real image as well. Whereas the outer portion of the spoon, which is bulging outside, here you can see that the image is erect. So if the image is erect, it is actually virtual, and this portion of the mirror behaves like a convex mirror. So let's see what different kind of questions can be framed from this case study. Here comes the first question. 1. If the object is placed between the focus and the center of curvature, the nature and size of the image will be. So before we come to the conclusion of our answer, let's see what does the ray diagram explains us when the object is placed somewhere between the focus and the center of curvature for a concave mirror. So let's place an object AB between C and F. By using the rules of image formation for a spherical mirror, we can identify the position where the image for the object will be formed. As we know, parallel rays after reflection passes through focus, and any ray that passes through focus after reflection becomes parallel to the principal axis. So the diagram clearly shows that the image A dash B dash for the object is formed beyond C. And if we look at the direction of the image, it is below the principal axis. Hence, it is inverted, and as I've already said that inverted image is a real image. So it means the option number D over here cancels out. Now look at the size of the image. The size of the image is magnified in comparison to the size of the object. So the nature and the size of the image will be real, inverted and magnified. So our correct option is B. Moving on to question number 2. It says that the image of a bright object is brought on a screen with the help of a concave mirror. If the upper half of the concave mirror is covered, then the size of the image will become half, the image will be disappeared, the brightness of image will be reduced, the image will change its position. Now as we know, when we draw a ray diagram, minimum rays required is 2. But actually, when an object is placed in front of a concave mirror, n number of rays gets incident on the concave mirror, and they are n times they are reflected. But if partial concave mirror is covered, then only few of the rays get reflected by the concave mirror, and hence the image will be formed, but the brightness of the image will be considerably reduced. Hence the correct option is C. Now moving on to question number 3. CD is an image of an object AB formed by an optical device X. Identify the device X. So now the options are concave lens, convex lens, concave mirror and convex mirror. Now let's understand first what do we observe from this CD image. Since the image is dotted, it is virtual, erect, and the size of the image is bigger than the object AB, so it is magnified. Now if we look at concave lens, the concave lens does forms a virtual erect image, but the size of the image is smaller than the object, so it is diminished. It means option A is wrong. Similarly, if we look at the convex mirror, the image is virtual, erect and diminished, so again over here the option D is wrong. So we are left with convex lens and concave mirror. Now in a convex lens, the image is virtual, erect and magnified, but it is formed on the same side of the object. But in this case, the image is formed on the opposite side of this optical device. So the probability of our answer is concave mirror. So let's draw a diagram in order to understand that how this virtual, erect and a magnified image is formed in case of a concave mirror. This happens when the object is placed between P and F, right? So a ray parallel to the principal axis passes through the focus. Another ray which is oblique at point P at a certain angle is reflected with the same angle, and when the rays are produced back, they appear to meet at a point behind the mirror, forming a virtual, erect and a magnified image A dash, B dash, or in this case we can say this is C and D. Hence the correct option for this question number 3 is C. Moving on to the question number 4. It says that if a real inverted 3 times magnified image is formed for an object placed at a distance of 10 cm in front of the mirror, then the image will be formed at a distance of 20 cm, minus 20 cm, 30 cm or minus 30 cm. The question says real inverted 3 times. So what is this 3 times? This 3 times is magnification. Since it is real, we'll take it as minus 3. For an object placed 10 cm in front of the mirror, so the distances against the incident ray are taken as negative. So this will be minus 10 cm. By using the relation m is equal to minus v by u, we can find out the value of v. So this is minus 3 minus v upon minus 10, cancel minus, and we are left with v equal to minus 30 centimeter. So the correct answer for this question number 4 is option D, that is minus 30 centimeter. Moving on to the last question of this case study. Question number 5. Rays from sun converge at a point 15 cm in front of a concave mirror. Where should an object be placed so that size of its image is equal to the size of the object? 15 cm in front of the mirror, 30 cm in front of the mirror, between 15 cm and 30 cm in front of the mirror, more than 30 cm in front of the mirror. Now from the question it is clear that the rays are coming from the sun. Now the sun rays are considered to be a parallel beam of light. So if a parallel beam of light is made to fall on a concave mirror, after reflection, the rays will actually converge at a point, and that point is referred to as a principal focus. So this distance of F and P will be referred to as a focal length, and according to the question, it is minus 15 centimeter. We have to identify the position of the object such that the size of the image is equal to the size of the object. Now we know that when the object is placed at center of curvature, the image is formed exactly at the center of the curvature, and the size of the image is equal to the size of the object. Also, C is twice of focal length. Therefore, the value of C will be equal to minus 30 centimeter. And what does this minus sign signify? It signifies in front of the mirror. So from here we conclude that the correct option is B. The object should be placed 30 centimeter in front of the mirror. So dear students, now we come to the end of this case study. I hope you are able to understand that from a simple paragraph of a spherical mirror, how different questions are formed and how do we conclude their solutions. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. We will be again coming up with the next case study in my next tutorial. Till then, keep studying and goodbye. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel Excellence with Deep Tutorials. Bye-bye.